Done and decorated. So last time we designed the exterior of this build. So if you haven't seen that video, please go ahead and check it out. It's definitely worth a watch. In this video, we're going to be focusing on quite a few of the rooms. I really tried to sneak everything into one video, but we're already pushing, this is editing Sunny talking, by the way, we're already pushing an hour video at the moment. So we have done, in this video, we've done done and decorated. It's like that guy who goes done and dusted. I used to love his food videos. Anyway, we have done and decorated the entirety of the upstairs in this video, as well as the kitchen. And the kitchen's aesthetic, okay, so good, so fine. It took forever. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sunny, and I have ADHD with OCD tendencies. And I don't know why I just pointed at you. But anyway, so that means I can struggle with overwhelm and perfectionism, as well as taking control of my environment. And today I'm challenging myself to step out of that by building a house in The Sims where I'm going to spin a wheel and not have a say in the aesthetic. Like I'll have a say in where things go and of course like use my own creative eye to put things together, but ultimately a wheel is going to be choosing what the aesthetic is. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video and thank you so much for being here and for subscribing. Okay, let's go ahead and spin the wheel. The inside layout is weird. I'm just warning you. You know, but this whole house is weird, so it's fine. So I'm actually going to show you like this, and all the wall colors can change, everything can change, but basically we've got like a little glass panel up at the front to separate. I'm thinking this is where kitchen and dining would go. And then we've got a cool doorway that goes from what I presume would be the living room area here. Like you could walk through here and go into the kitchen. And then this is a very funky shaped bathroom. I literally could not figure this out. It took me a while. Actually, maybe part of this room can be the bathroom. I didn't even think of that because that's like not being used right now. Okay, we'll see if that ends up happening. And then when you go upstairs, we've got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a stairwell. All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel to see what this funky house is going to look like. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of scared. I'm like, oh my god, what if it's like... Is it up yet? Oh my god. What is it? Woodland Goth. Okay. What is this? What does this aesthetic look like? It's funny because I was picturing just like moments ago, I was like, what if it lands on Woodland Goth? That is so cool. I'm like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, this is actually really cool. Okay, so this is kind of the Woodland Goth aesthetic. Let me see if I can search up what a room would look like, and I'm trying to think of like where this would look really cool, like perhaps a Woodland Goth kitchen or a Woodland Goth room. Woodland Goth house interior, let's just search that and see what comes up. A bedroom. Okay, let's do a bedroom. This is really amazing. This is actually kind of exciting. Oh, and there's a kitchen. Oh my god, look how fantastic. I'm sure some of these are probably AI, but like, look how just cozy and peaceful. Like, this one looks like a cathedral. Look at that. What a cozy book nook. All right, let's go back into The Sims and use this as inspiration. All right, so I think I'm actually going to start with the bedroom. That's kind of that's my intuitive hunch. So we're gonna go upstairs, and I'm actually gonna do this bedroom on the left. Oh my god, this is gonna look so cool. So first we need to find like a dark green wall color. Maybe some of the walls can even have like a wallpaper print. I think that would be really cool. I want to find like a deep, deep green. I don't know if I like that one, but that's definitely this. Oh my gosh, yes, this is like perfect. I love that so, so much. And then let's see if there's like a deep green wallpaper that can go on some of the walls. It's like a different shade of green. Oh, that's cool. That is so pretty. Okay, let's see. Oh, it even has like bottom paneling. Okay, I'm just gonna put 2 of these here to see what we want to end up using. This is also very cool, but not quite the vibes I'm looking for. And even the doors kind of match. I'm thinking for this, we would either have like, I think green flooring would be too much. Carpet or hardwood. I'm leaning towards hardwood. Ooh, that's really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and use this hardwood, and then maybe we can incorporate some rugs. I'm wondering too if it comes in a darker color. Ooh, it does. Okay. This one's a little bit toned down, which I like, because then we can kind of decorate a little bit. I want to take a look at the reference photos again. So we've got lots of moss, lots of greenery. There's, you know, lanterns hanging from the ceiling and bookshelves and plants. Can I help you? My partner was just in here. Okay, let's go ahead and find a bed that would kind of match this aesthetic. We are thinking about Gothic, so I really want it to reflect that naturey Gothic vibe that we were seeing. Let's see if we can find like a black bed or a dark green bed. Ooh, perhaps this, but like in a different color. Oh my god, that is so pretty. I think we kind of have to go with a green, right? That fits perfectly. Let's pick out some side tables. A lot of these tables so far are a lot bigger than the space that we currently have. What about something small like this? We can test it out later to see if the sim can actually like get by, but I don't think that should be a problem. A trunk in the front of the bed. Oh, this big black one. Maybe I'll need a smaller trunk in the front just so that the sims can get by. Sometimes the plans don't work. I'm actually loving this black coach trunk. I'm gonna see if I can put that somewhere. I don't know, is that floating? I think it's floating. Okay, so I don't think those lights will work. They're just acting really weird. It's probably because I sized down. You know what? This calls for sconces. Can you imagine this going in this room? Maybe this can be just like a gallery wall. So I think this comes in a different swatch as well. It's like perfect for this room. I want to see if there's another swatch with like the roses. Let's go with the black, and because those are in such chunky frames, I think doing a wallpaper behind there is totally fine. Maybe we can use some of these black curtains. I would say it's quite challenging to find curtains to fit a window like this. I'm not sure if there's anything. Oh my god, that's crazy. I wonder if there's anything else that could potentially work. I kind of want to layer these curtains. Let's get a dresser in here. Like, I wonder what that would look like if there was two of these side by side to make it look like one, and then grabbing this big white one to cover it up. I kind of like that. I do wonder if this comes in a darker swatch. It comes in black. Oh, the green might work. The woodland side of the theme, we definitely need more plants. So maybe instead of lanterns on these side tables, I can use plants. Hopefully, hopefully it'll work, because I've been having trouble placing things on there. They just end up kind of floating. That looks kind of cool. It is technically floating. I wonder if I can make like a little stand for it. Like, this comes in black. I wonder if I can just size it down, get in there. There we go. So it doesn't look like it's completely floating. This is turning out to be pretty cozy. Yeah, I think that totally adds to it. I wonder if I can shrink this light without it getting too weird. Sometimes when you shrink lights or mirrors in The Sims, it just acts weird. Oh my god, that's like a whole spaceship. I'm just wondering if that one is too low. I really like these chandeliers, so what I might do is size this down and hang this in the hallway. I'm now wondering if like 3 of them is too much, but the lighting seems okay still in here. Like, it's not overly bright. Being neurodivergent, I hate the upper lights, like the big light. So I prefer things that are softer, neutral. Also, it makes it have a cozy feel. So yeah, I think that's okay. If it's starting to feel like too much, I might take away one of those, but so far it's okay. See if we can find a proper dresser. Let's get a dresser in here that fits this aesthetic really well. That is definitely something I could work with. I think it matches the vibe perfectly. I'm gonna see if I can scooch it into the wall just a little bit to create some walking space. We're not here for perfectionism. Ooh, I just noticed that the other window doesn't have curtains. I'm gonna see if I can. And then I think the only thing missing is just a little bit more artwork. Part of me is also wondering, like, should I add like a little hole in the wall? The wallpaper is torn from back in the day. There we go. It's like this person's trying to cover up that there's like a little tear in the wallpaper with the dresser. Ooh, this moon painting fits so well on the side. And there's a couple of different swatches. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, maybe this person just doesn't know where to hang that painting that's currently on the ground. The last thing I want to do is just add a couple of decor items, maybe some herbs. Oh, maybe that could go on this wall. I did really like it over the book nook. And I guess this person could go outside on the balcony to read, because there's really not that much space. Maybe some more herbs hanging on the wall there. All right, here is our cluttered bedroom. I love how the hallway turned out. I think it turned out really well. And then this is the other side of the hallway. I don't know why all these little things are showing up. This is the other side of the hallway. I don't know if I'll be able to sneak into the bedroom, but I can do my best to turn this around. I think because of how small it is, it'll be pretty close to the camera. I'll get better at this camera thing. Here's our bedroom. It looks stunning. I can't get the front view working, so you'll just have to trust me on this. And here's the top view of the hallway. I love how it turned out. All right, let's go and take a spin and see what the bathroom is going to look like. I am worried. Can you imagine if we get something like Acid Pixie? Whale, what is their bathroom going to look like? Oh, we're in the W's. This might look good. Weirdcore. What is Weirdcore? This could actually work in our favor. Hold on. Okay, so it's kind of dreamlandish, kind of Y2K. Yeah, it's almost dreamcore, you know, when and I think I heard Sid Mac say this in one of her videos of just like, you know, when things don't make sense in your dreams, like I kind of am getting that picture. It is quite colorful. Let's say we type in bathroom. What does that look like? Super colorful, kind of like a video game. I really like this example, and I feel like we could do something really cool with something like this. I also like this example, keeping in mind like our bathroom is pretty small, but I think I can make this work with this person who's staying in the room has like two types of personalities, you know, when you can't decide between darks and colors. Like I kind of have that too, where sometimes I love this like very minimalistic luxury feel, and then the like dopamine, and how do you combine those two worlds together. Core is very, very colorful, very out there. It kind of feels like a dream. Things are out of place. Things are just not right. I'm gonna see if I can find a bright green, just something really out there. Is this a tile? Oh my god, it is. How fun would that be? What if the rest of it was this pink shade? I really like that. It's giving like that Y2K Malibu kind of vibe. I mean, neon is popular now, but it's like that specific style. Like I think part of this weirdcore aesthetic is like things really do look out of place. It totally looks out of place there, but I don't think I'm gonna do this bathroom quite that much injustice. Like I want to actually see if I can make it weird but cool, you know. We're gonna go with this copper one, and I'm actually going to place it right there so I can get some like plants and things in the back there. And then I don't know if we're gonna have a shower in here, but we're about to find out. Let's go ahead and place the sink for now. And I'm remembering, I'm like, we're going with Weirdcore. This one is called Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. This one could work. It's nice and small. It's not necessarily weird, but it kind of matches the bathtub, but fear not, we can make this weird. I think I'm just gonna go with this as their toilet. Love this. There's these like seashell type towels. There's two shapes available for them. I just think these are so retro and definitely fit the vibes in here. There's this alien plant that I'm considering using because it is freaking weird. Maybe the bathtub is like in its own room. I think the Sims can still get in there, but I don't know if I like that. If we can get some curtains onto this doorway here to make it extra weird. Oh yeah, and there's a window. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if the curtains were on the doorway and not the window? There we go, like a little pull down curtain so you can have your own privacy. This bathroom room can definitely use a few art pieces, some more plants. This bathroom so far is looking pretty weird. So much running around.
She said, "We over here."
Okay, this is probably as weird as our bathroom is gonna get. I mean, there's a calendar in this bathroom. I don't know, maybe they're tracking their cycle. I've gone ahead and completed the Weirdcore bathroom. Now, it's challenging to get in there in like the focal view, like when you're walking, to make it look like you're walking through it. So let me show you around in this sense. So we've got the cookie shaped rugs. We've got little tiny hamsters on the wall. We've got a calendar, some plants. We've got a decal on this wall with a dancing, I don't know if it's a dancing monkey or a dancing character. We've got some plants on the side, a bin, and some crazy towels. I mean, they're not super crazy, but they do remind me of like, you know, when in the 90s everybody had like seashell everything. Anyway, the only thing I didn't add is curtains on this window. Let's see if we can find some that would fit. This bathroom is very colorful. We've got another curtain that can drop down here for extra privacy. And in the next room, we've got the bathtub. This is the weirder, much crazier room. There are tons of plants. There's a neon heart on the wall. We've got some crazy lights, which I've changed the colors to, so you'll see them. Like you can change the lights in The Sims, which is very cool. We've got those crazy like alien plants climbing up the wall. I think this was a sufficient attempt at weirdcore for the bathroom. I'm trying to make it fit. It really isn't fitting, but you know, I'm just thinking of ways of like, how could a Woodland Goth type bedroom person have this crazy of a bathroom? And I'm like, maybe somebody else decorated it. Maybe they let, you know, their kid niece or nephew decorate it. Maybe they do have that little bit of split personality, or they just moved in and whoever's bathroom this was, they haven't had a chance to renovate, and this is really their style. Or this is like their secret persona. You know, it's kind of like their Spider-Man, and you know, they're not saving the world or anything, but they've got this room that everyone sees, and then their bathroom is like off limits. Like you can't go there. Actually, let me see if I can find a sign for the bathroom that's like, don't come in. Like a little bit of a hint to what's behind the door with this neon light. I don't know if Sims can use that door if the light is placed, but I don't know, maybe we just leave it like this so that it is functional. I just think it's like a portal to a different world. All right, let's spin the wheel again and see what we get. I'm thinking this is going to be for the second bedroom. A rainy day. So cool. Okay. It feels very cozy, lots of books, big windows, plants. Okay, I think I got this. Both bedrooms lead to the same large balcony. I'm thinking we do a darker color scheme for the walls. Perhaps a similar kind of mixture to like a wallpaper and a paint. I'm actually thinking black walls. That could look really, really cool. If my voice sounds weird, I literally just ate a sandwich, so let's see if there are some different types of wallpapers that we could use. Okay, what if we were to do that? There's 2 accent walls. Maybe I'll paint a third wall with this, with just 1 black wall without the wallpaper. But we'll see. So far, I'm digging the direction this is going in. This bedroom is a little bit smaller. I might be able to make this bedroom a tiny bit bigger if we reduce the size. Oops, I deleted the door. That's okay. I can fix the paint swatch when we do the bathroom. I might be able to reduce the size of the bathroom. Maybe this one only has a stand-up shower, just so we have a little bit more bedroom space to work with. Yeah, I like how that feels. All right, let's get a floor in. I'm picturing a carpet in here, something shag, something. I just feel like that would be really cozy. Let's get our furniture in here. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and find a bed. I think I'm going to do a single bed in this room, just because I think a double bed is not going to quite fit unless we were to do it lengthways like this, which isn't my favorite, honestly. Something cozy. Oh my gosh, that could really be super cozy, like right by the window. Let's see if there are any other swatches. I kind of like this one. I also kind of like this side table because it's got the books and everything on there. It's not super fancy, but it could work. I'm also thinking this person might play guitar or something like that. This table always reminds me of like a guitar chip. Bed has to go on the end here. Like is really the only kind of logical place for it. Thinking that this window on the end can be the storm watch window, so it's a little bit more open than this window on the side. I want to get like lots of mirrors in here and a vanity perhaps. I don't know why I get the feeling that the person who is staying in this room would just have their clothing out like that. I'm trying to find the shelves that you can attach this clothing to. I like this shelf, but it's really taking up a lot of room, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in a darker color. I kind of like that it's, you know, kind of a rainy tone on the inside. And then I'm going to go ahead and also add some shoes and boots. It'd be cool to have at least one room in the house with a computer and a desk, so I'm gonna go ahead and include that in here. I could insert some of these clouds as lights. I wonder too if I could make them like a little bit gray. What's that noise, babe? Megan, can you close the door? Thing, there's a huge fly in here. Rhea's got an activity for the next little bit. Did you get it? All right, here is our rainy aesthetic inspired room. We've got these chandeliers that definitely remind me of rain. There's tons and tons of books for this person to read, tons of plants. I want to take a look at it from above just because it's a little challenging to get the view that I want. Here we go. This is the rainy inspired room. There's tons of art. Oh, I just noticed this little plant is like peeking from the bottom. Oh my gosh, now it's like totally floating. Anyway, maybe that's part of the feature. Maybe there's I've had shelves before that have like a little hole, so when you put a planter in there, it goes like right through. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll pretend that it's that. We've got some clouds in here for that rainy type of aesthetic and that feeling. It's super, super cozy. I've also dimmed the lights in this room so they're not super, super bright. I might even do the same with the chandeliers, actually. I love how you can see the house from across the street. This is going to be such a nice view for when it's raining. Honestly, it looks like a hotel over there. There we go. This is our rainy aesthetic room. All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel one more time. And this is going to be for the bathroom of the rainy room. I totally have a confession to make. I have been so good with tracking my time so that you can see the timer. And somewhere along the lines, I went to have a sandwich and lost track of time. So, but really, I think I was only away from the computer for like 20 minutes and then had dinner and then was away for another 20 or so. So, yeah, oh my gosh. Look at what's on the spinner. We have psychedelic. Now, I don't even know how these two things keep happening. It's like both of the Sims have this like darker, cozy type aesthetic, and then we have this really bright bathroom. But there's nothing we can do. So let's go and build a psychedelic bathroom for this tiny bedroom. I mean, it's not tiny, it's a good sized bedroom. It's in a different swatch, like there. I'm gonna go under the tile section, and I kind of want to use this blue tile again just because it's so, so funky. I'm also looking for a ceiling light. Let's do this one, and I'm gonna go in and change the tones and colors using the light changing thing. So it is looking psychedelic, but it also looks pretty cozy, which is nice. It's gonna have a stand-up shower as long as we can find something that could fit in the realm of psychedelic. It also comes in a really cool pink swatch. So I think this sink could work well as psychedelic. I mean, this one is so cool. We might have to just move these lights to this wall. Oh my god, that toilet comes in pink and green, which matches our shower and our sink. So we're gonna go with that toilet. It's gonna be the second bathroom that features these flowers. I wanna see what would happen if I brought some of these lights in and mixed them with the chandelier that's hanging there. Oh my god, those are hanging so low. All right, and this is what our psychedelic bathroom looks like. We've got the lights in there, we've got the rain light that I brought in from the last room, some really colorful towels, the most colorful toilet I think I've ever seen. We've got some artwork on the walls on this side. Artwork on the walls on both left and right. A pretty funky mirror. I also included these star lights on the walls. I'm hoping that they move in live mode. Yeah, super challenging to get this in a good point of view for you, but this is our psychedelic bathroom. I don't think it gets any more psychedelic than this. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Okay, let's spin again. I'm kind of nervous because we only have the downstairs left, which leaves us with the kitchen, the living room, and the bathroom, and maybe like a little book area or seating room. Baroque. Okay, let's take a look on Pinterest what this aesthetic looks like. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. It's so funny because it's like I've heard this aesthetic before, but in my mind I was mixing it up with like brutalism, I think that's what it's called, where it's kind of like dark and concrete, and like I am so living for this Bridgerton vibe. I love this so much, so we're definitely going to see what we can create for the living room. Like I really love this area, and maybe this is something that we can actually do internally because we've got those big windows at the bottom, so in the living room. So I'm really, really excited to try this out. Okay, so here we are at the bottom floor. We've got the front entrance is on this side. None of the walls are really painted. How fun would it be if that was the kitchen? But also I'm like, oh, the living room, like we've got those really, really big windows. But I'm gonna have to go with my gut, and we are gonna do the kitchen in the Baroque style, and I'm gonna see if that includes the stairs. Like maybe we change what the stairs look like. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I am so absolutely excited for this because we used these before, so I don't feel like I'm going against the guidelines of like what was previously set out. And perhaps I will put this a little bit higher. Is this a sign to keep the original window? Like, I think, wow, that tree really does look kind of crazy, hey? But I guess that's what you get when you're outside. Outside is cozy core. All right, let's go inside and have our kitchen in the Baroque style. First and foremost, let's get some chandeliers in here. Perfect. Maybe we'll just go all out and have this big chandelier in here. For wallpaper, we're totally gonna switch this out, of course, with some kind of paneling. Oh my gosh, how cute would this be?
5 hours later.
You know what? I could switch these. Let's do the whole downstairs in this color for now. Oh my god, like how beautiful is this? I'm gonna use this as inspiration. Also, if you're hearing crazy noises in the background, that is my ice maker. Ooh, like that. They're quite decorative, and so I'm thinking that's what could give this really that fancy appeal. Hey, it's Editing Sunny here. I just like really truly, this kitchen felt like it took me 3 days to almost entirely complete because I'm just noticing there's like blueberry in my teeth. Una memento. Those blueberries from the island are so, so good. I get mine at Berry Best. If you have not been there, if you have not gone there, I highly recommend. Anyway, I had tried placing the countertops and the cupboards in this kitchen. Cupboards? Are they cupboards? Counters. In this kitchen on that diagonal. I had tried placing them in many, many different ways. I had also tried the corner pieces. So in The Sims 4, they actually have little corner pieces that can go on each side of the counter, and none of them were fitting right. They were either sticking outside of the house, like you could see them in the exterior, or it just kind of looked wrong. And I didn't have space in the exterior to cover it up with a bush or anything like that. So I just kept it to the kitchen you're about to see. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about that.
3 days later.
Let's just figure out the flooring. Let's take a look at something else. I love doing this when my brain is just like not thinking properly, I can just take a look at something else, and then it kind of it's like resetting your brain. It works really, really well. I love this flooring, but I feel like it clashes a little bit with what we currently have going on. Honestly, I kind of like this flooring because maybe we're breaking the rules a little bit. Let's just go and pick out the stuff. Want to look out the window and cook, or do I want to look out the window and wash dishes? So that's kind of where my brain is going. Okay, call me crazy, but I think this actually works. Like, honestly, there's a part of me that's like, oh, pick this because it's the same, but this just has a pop of color that I love so much. I didn't think this through because now I'm like, this is gonna need a hood fan. This window would do so much better just on this side where there's like vines. Maybe that's the solution, is moving the window and letting the vines just crawl up the window. Okay, hold on. Maybe we can have the other window back as well. Okay, we're okay. It's like floating up there. I don't know. Let me see if I can figure something out for this. I weirdly like it in black. Sure, a copper sink. It doesn't really match, but that's okay. I feel like a house like this would have a fridge kind of in a room. I mean, all it does is hide the fridge, and it does not really hide the fact that there's, you know, a plant sticking out. There we go. No more plant problem. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, that really would be it, right? Like, that's definitely the aesthetic. I wonder if it would be weird having this on both sides, but the windows are different sizes. Like, I think that's probably okay. I want like a little bar area. That doesn't look too bad. That could be the little coffee bar area, and then there's plenty of space to walk. I feel like I like that a lot better. And then a little tea station, base for like a little Bridgerton tea action. Maybe there can be a little seating area right here. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. Could work really well here. That's really cute. Is this a dining table though? It is. It just seems so short. I'm just seeing all the types of chairs that we could possibly have. Do you know the time of day where you're just like, it's time for glasses? That's the time for me right now. Oh my gosh, I mean, we have these. Those are adorable, aren't they? I mean, yeah, we gotta go with those ones, right? I know it probably looks a little crazy, but this whole house is crazy, okay? And that's where I was picturing like a little tea set, as if they were just drinking tea. That's the one thing with these that I remember is if you're sizing them down, like the flame will just do its own thing for a little bit. It'll just float. And I don't actually know if it's for a little bit or for the whole duration, is it'll float higher, but it's okay. I didn't size them down too much. I also want to see what other forms of like decoration I can add, because these lights can be a form of decoration. There's these things that can also be a form of decoration. Or maybe it goes a little bit higher. Yeah, I like it where I've got to take my pup out for a walk because it is way past her walk time. It's like 2 o'clock. It kind of dictates, honestly, like a lot of the time she gets up and tells me when she wants to go for a walk, but I've been trying to take her out for a walk a lot earlier. I'm gonna finish this up and then take my pup for a walk. This is where indecision gets you, okay? It wastes your time. I literally zoned out and forgot to talk while I was building the Baroque aesthetic kitchen. And then my OBS studio crapped out. It just stopped recording. So editing Sunny will figure out what was recorded and what wasn't. And then I realized, oh, that's probably because I have an update that's ready for my MacBook. So did that, restarted it. Hello, we're back. We're here again. Don't you have those moments sometimes with ADHD where you completely zone out and like words just, they don't work. Nothing works. Truth be told, I find it so challenging to like focus on designing a specific aesthetic that I contemplate in my head. I'm like, would this be a lot easier if I just recorded me doing the thing and then did a voiceover like later on? So anyway, let's hope that the game saved and that we have something going on in here. Okay, so it seems like we're good. It seems like we're okay. Yeah, I like this vase. Looks like an urn. So far, this is kind of what we have going on in the kitchen. And I've got a cute little bowl, like a fruit bowl on the side. We've got that really nice double fridge. And I just noticed that it's a double door, but there's 2 fridges. I also decorated the tops of the fridge with artwork, and I know that in this era, the aesthetic is very decorative. I don't know why it's showing up all crazy. Hold on. Oh my God. I just want to be able to show you what's happening, but there we go. So anyway, tons of details. There are really lovely curtains, and sorry about that. That was crazy. I'm just going to show you with the regular camera from above what this looks like. So we've got some bar stools. We have a little coffee station. I included a plant. I do want to include a little bit more clutter and just, but like neat, organized clutter, you know, nothing too crazy, but just things that make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in, and then we'll see what it looks like. Also, I did try to hide the trash bin. I so far have it like right here by the door because I don't know where to hide it. But maybe I can find a creative solution for this. Like, realistically, this is a good spot in the game for it. But I know that in a household like this, when you look at the Baroque times, when you look at that elegant aesthetic, you ain't seeing a trash bin anywhere. So, you know, there are creative ways that I wanted to like cover up the bin, maybe put the bin somewhere else. So I'm going to see if I can do that elsewhere. I did try to tuck it into the side here, but I was like, how awkward would that be if it was just like in the hallway, you know, like sitting in the hallway. Again, see, I can't speak, and there we go. Now we have that done. We're good to go. Okay, so this is another spot I thought about putting the trash bin, but I was thinking, I'm like, how smelly would it be if it was just, you know, in the hallway? I don't know. I think for just the usability and for the game, I'm just going to put it here because just because it's the aesthetic doesn't mean that we can't have regular things. I also had this replaced with, like, originally I had this fancy one because it says the next generation of trash disposal. This hands-free bin replete with smart tech and odor filters converts organic waste into fuel, rendering the entire unit self-sufficient. So I thought that that was kind of cool. Yeah, so perhaps the one thing that they can have in here that's not a part of the aesthetic is like this trash bin. Okay, I'm gonna go off and kind of finish decorating this, and I will be right back. All right, I've got the walls kind of, some of them not removed, just down, just to be able to show you a little bit of this beautiful kitchen. So here is our Baroque aesthetic kitchen. I feel like these are still too low. I'm gonna see if that fixed the problem or if that did nothing. It just like moved them over. This is so strange. Okay. Is that peeking through the top? Oh, heck yeah, that's really peeking through the top. Okay. What if it's just a little bit? Okay. I think that's okay. I don't think that's the biggest deal. Anyways, let's take a look at this beautiful Baroque aesthetic inspired kitchen. You've got, you really do feel like it is totally present here. I love the chandelier. Feel like Do you remember MTV Cribs when it's like, let's check what's in our refrigerator? That's what I was feeling like for a second there. So we've got that really nice divider. You've got all your fruits present. I love these, I, like just vintage looking lamps and lanterns. But yeah, just all the details around the walls are so beautiful. I really tried to make the paneling a little bit more decorative with some of the accents, some of the lights. It's definitely a lot easier for me to show it from above. I know it's not as cool as seeing like you're walking through it, but I'll see what I can do. I also did something really cool in the little corridor there. I added some plants, and I actually tried my best to add a painting. As you can see, there are a bunch of paintings stuck in the corner. I really tried my best to add the painting right in there. I just wasn't able to. For some odd reason, it wasn't working. It wasn't letting me. I have no idea why. I can see if I can like really try zooming in there, and I'll see if it'll let me add like a light switch. It just recognizes the wall. Yeah, like it's not recognizing the wall properly. It's thinking that there's a wall on this side. So I was having some challenges there, but other than that, I was able to sneak in a few plants in there. I even like added in some accents up top here. Maybe this is like the family crest. Then there are some beautiful, like, I don't know what these are called, but oh, it's another crest. Okay, so it's like made out of stone. I love all these stonework accents in here, and the lights are just supposed to serve as a different accent point. And then when we turn, I even remembered the little pet bowl. I remembered that. The stove keeps freaking out, so there we go. Now it's normal. We've got some, you know, some flowers and plants and just like very minimally cluttered kitchen. And then I really love the little coffee station. We've got the coffee and tea station, of course, with the plants, and of course the tea set on this table right here. Now this I can definitely, you're probably hearing my ice maker back there, but look at this beautiful view. Like, how beautiful of a view is this? Like, you're standing here, you're washing a dish or two, and like this is your view. You can have a conversation with somebody who's sitting here. You can take a look out the windows out there. You can also see if anybody's coming down the hall. It's just such a really like nice space to be in. Like, how comfy cozy is that? Let's spin the wheel and let's see what comes up next. Honestly, I am really scared for this because so far I feel like we've gotten pretty lucky. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Gothic bedrooms with the kind of psychedelic bathrooms were kind of scary. But it's definitely testing like the control within me, and it's testing a lot. Let's just say that. So oh yeah, I forgot everything restarted, so I didn't actually have my Safari open. Okay, so let's open up Safari and let's spin the wheel one more time and see what comes through. Remembering that this was the last aesthetic that we kind of worked with. So, and I did my best. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Like I said, I just really don't know what's going to show up. I almost want to close my eyes. Is it there? Tell me when it's there. Pastel Goth. If you haven't yet, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I teach a lot on learning about ADHD and OCD here as well. I have also been a coach for some time. So for me to be able to connect with you on this level is so, so cool, and connect with others just like you.